Hello everyone, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail, and in today's video we are doing the 2.2 version, Forgotten Hall, Dream Within a Dream. And if you're wondering where 2.1 Forgotten Hall is, I sadly didn't do- well, I did do it, I did record it, I don't think it's a perfect time anymore to be posting it, and the reason I didn't post it, or get it done sooner than later, is because of the passing of my dog and family issues and just a whole bunch of stuff going on in my life. So that's why I didn't upload a video version for 2.1, but here we are in 2.2. So let's go and see how I beat version 2.2 Forgotten Hall, Dreams Within Dreams. So last Forgotten Hall, I think I made it all the way through with 3 stars, but obviously the thing caps at stage 7, so we will be able to start Forgotten Hall 2.2 Dreams Within Dreams on stage 7. So the gimmick for this Forgotten Hall in 2.2, after every attack launched by an ally applies 1 stack of memory imprint to all allies. Allies in the memory imprint state deal 5% more damage. This effect stacks up to 6 stacks. When memory imprint reaches max stacks, immediately regenerates 25% energy for all allies. The energy regenerated by this effect can exceed the target's max energy. Remove all memory imprints from all allies at the start of every wave or cycle. So for the first lineup of my characters, I did Gallagher, Guinevere, Acheron, and Fire Trailblazer. I wanted to do an entire debuff dots over time team. Gallagher can heal the team and apply debuffs. Guinevere can apply debuffs and damage over time. Acheron is the main DPS here. And Trailblazer has the light cone when attacked, gives the burn effect to who attacked. So I have a whole bunch of debuffers for Acheron. For the other side, I decided to do a follow-up attack group. I put Robin on the team because she is a buffer and also buffs follow-up attacks. Then I added an amazing duo that triggers each other's follow-up attacks, Topaz and Dr. Ratio. And I added Luocha for a healer and to help with the imaginary break.
I'll be taking point. Will of preservation!
So what I did for this first half of the battle, I just targeted the main boss of the round, which is Mr. Candlehead in a cage, I guess. I don't know what to call him. I know they have proper names, but I don't even remember it.
It's time.
So on the second half, I wanted to attack the big mechanical enemy because he does have a pretty good jump attack that does a lot of damage when he jumps. So my main priority was to target him and then go to the second main enemy on this side.
My friends, indulge yourselves!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Let the show begin.
Let's wait and see.
Dress thoughts.
Now, for the second half of this group, the entire first half of this battle is just to target the monkey because he's our main enemy and main priority.
And falsehood.
Let the valuation begin.
0 points. You chose the wrong enemy. Ha!
Now, on the second half of this battle, I obviously targeted the monkey first because it's the main damage dealer. It has high defense as well, and it also spawns in those dogs in. Targeted the monkey first, and then went for the second main enemy.
Answer me. 0 points. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Unscathed.
Fail.
Go Nappy!
Mission failed.
On to stage 8, we have the second half, which contains a boss from the Inakoni story, and I went for my damage over time team because the stun that this boss has works really easily with damage over time to easily get your characters back. So I have Gallagher, Gwenfei, Sampo, and Acheron. For the first half of this stage, I have a follow-up attack team with Luocha, Himiko, Herta, and Genuine.
Proceed.
Burn away.
I'm with you.
Upgrade configured.
I commend.
So obviously, on the first half of this battle, there is only one big enemy or main boss of this side, so obviously I just kept attacking that one enemy.
Receive divinity.
How appropriate.
Repay. Show no mercy.
You won't get away. I have something for you.
I'll see you off. Ha! There's no time to lose. Here, there's thunder.
What are you looking at?
On the second half, I targeted the same enemy that was on the first half, mainly because it has a higher defense and can take more hits than the enemy on the right. So I just targeted the enemy on the left, and hopefully with my Erudition characters, their AoE attacks will also hit the enemy on the right.
Time for an overhaul. Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I'll see you off. Conflict is pitiless.
Same with the first half of this stage. I am just going to target the main boss or enemy on this first half.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Same thing on this side. There's only one main person to attack, which is the boss, so that's what I'm going to do.
Was it? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
So, for stage 9, I started with the second half first by doing Gallagher, Sampo, Gwenfei, and Acheron. The reasoning for this is that damage over time is really good for this main enemy on the second half, which is this kind of dinosaur chef looking thing. It's important to have people with damage over time. You want to stop his Beyond Overcooked from turning into Flaming Stir Fry, which basically means if you stop it, it'll do a whole bunch of explosion damage on itself, and if you don't stop it, that means all that damage will be distributed across your entire team. So on the first half, I put Luocha, Genuine, Shui, and Topaz. I put Luocha on the team to be a healer and help break the imaginary weaknesses. I put Genuine for the lightning weaknesses. I put Shui for the quantum, and I put Topaz for the secondary boss. Also, fun fact, always make sure you check your characters because my Shui, for some reason, did not have her weapon. So, you know, this entire fight with Shui, she did not have a light cone. So for the first half, it is just mainly to target the big boss that is in the middle. And a good reason to have Shui is because this boss does not take any damage, health damage, until its shield is gone. And Shui is an amazing break unit, so she works perfectly for this.
Show no mercy.
So for the second half, I let Topaz target the boss on the right, same with Shui, and since Genuine is an erudition character, he's able to hit multiple targets at once.
Show no mercy. Here, there's thunder.
Do you admit this, Crook?
Like the previous boss we have fought with this team, we're just here to do damage over time to the Chef Dinosaur.
Mood for another. We're just having fun.
Now, for the second half of this, everyone's going to still be attacking the Chef Dinosaur, except for Sampo. Sampo is the only person who can do weakness break, big enemy, or boss to the right. So Sampo will be targeting him, everyone else will be targeting Dino Chef.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
More business, eh?
Destined for oblivion.
So, for stage 10, we have the monkey and the swarm. So I started with the second half. I went with Luocha because the swarm does insane amount of damage for simply the wind share it applies to your allies. Then I decided to go with my follow-up duo, Himiko and Herta, and have the support of Robin. First half had the monkey, and this monkey can easily be countered with shields. So I went with Fire Trailblazer and thought this would be a great time to bring out Luca and Guinevere for their weakness breaks, and then this would be a perfect team for Acheron. But if you can look at the team, there is an issue. Trailblazer doesn't have like the best shield in the world. It's very laughable, and I didn't put a healer on my team. I somehow forgot the whole idea, like, hey, maybe you should have a healer, teehee. I forgot to put a healer on my team. So, obviously, my whole thought process during this whole thing is I need to always have enough skill points so I can shield with Fire Trailblazer and to obviously target the main enemy on this first half, which is the monkey. So with the second half, I wanted to still target the monkey because I don't know how much the enemy on the left does in damage-wise. I just know how much the one on the right does, which is the monkey. It does a lot of damage if you're not shielded, so that was my biggest concern, is to keeping shielded and everything. But obviously, as you can see, Guinevere is beyond hurt, and something about the enemy on the left is they can put you to sleep, which is not a bad thing, because while you're asleep, it also heals you. So because of the enemy targeting Guinevere with the sleep, it actually healed her, even though I couldn't use her, nor heal her, which was perfect. Because that literally was the whole reason I made it through this, is because technically I did have a healer. It was just the enemy.
Where's the applause? Let's see some sparks fly!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
So with the second half, I just wanted to keep attacking the smaller enemies, actually, for once. The guy that is on the right spawns in these IPC defenders, guards, whatever they may be, and they're really easy to break their weakness. So I just kept breaking their weaknesses, getting my follow-up attacks in, and doing more damage, and I just kept repeating that process, and then I even repeated that same process. I just attacked the smaller enemies so I could get the break and then stack up my thing with Himiko and then have her follow attack triggers, then Herta's will trigger and it'll do a load amount of damage and get me energy to just keep spamming my ultimate or follow-up attacks.
Time to twirl. This big diamond, it's all yours.
And I did this very exact same thing on the swarm side. I just kept attacking the smaller ones, and then when they would finally die, they would explode and do damage to the ones surrounding them, which usually would cause a chain or domino effect reaction, and it was honestly went by pretty quickly. So, on to stage 11, which the first half is so easy. I'm just gonna do my Acheron team with damage over time. I have Gallagher to heal and debuff Mr. Svarog, Gwenfei to debuff and do damage over time, Sampo to do damage over time, and Acheron benefits from all of these characters and she's the main DPS. So, for the second half, I did my follow-up attack team with Luocha for the amazing heals, Himiko for her follow-up attacks, and Herta as an amazing duo for Himiko's follow-up attacks, and then our support, Robin, to buff our follow-up attacks. For the second half, I did this team for the same reason when I did the Swarm and IPC guards. I'm going to be attacking the enemies with smaller weakness breaks and shield, essentially along those lines, so I can keep getting my follow-up attacks, get more energy out of it, and then spam my ultimates when I can. So for the battle of the first half, it was so easy. It was so simple, so easy, so quick, so easy to kill. It was laughable. This was so easy for some reason, and I just completely destroyed all of the enemies on this first half.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Destined for oblivion.
In the mood for another beating? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Hafistira! Happy New Year!
Nice psychic, my friends. Indulge yourselves! We're just having fun.
So, with the second half, I kind of struggled for the simple fact that I prepped for the deer, and I did not prep for the first half. My follow-up attack team was amazing for the deer. It just really didn't have much value for the first half, because I didn't really have any other smaller enemies to get my weakness break on and do my follow-up attacks, and then, you know, get energy. So I really struggled with the first half. It was really hard for me to get through.
What are you looking at?
But when I got to the deer, it got pretty easy. It got easier and easier. But sadly, I did not reach the 3-star limit, which I probably would be able to, but I want to do stage 12 and see if I'm at least able to get 1 star. If I at least can get 1 star, that means I'll be 33 stars out of 36, and I'm okay with that. So the second half, we have Kafka, which is mainly win weakness for this like entire part. So I went with Blade and Hoa. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm probably not. Clara for the weakness break and to be targeted for Kafka's attacks. and Genuine to break the lightning weaknesses. Now, for the first half, I went for my most powerful team that I do have, which is my Acheron team, with Gallagher, Gwenfrey, Sampo, and Acheron herself. So, for the first half of the Jeopard fight, I wanted to target the person who could sleep us, which is the enemy on the right. And then I wanted to target the enemy on the left. Once I got to Jeopard, I just decided to target Jeopard, since he's like the main enemy, the main boss of stage 12, and, you know, all of my characters can do AoE attack, so I wasn't worried about targeting one person or the other. I just thought maybe it would be better to target Jeopard because he has more defense and probably health as well. So for the first half of Kafka's side, we had an opponent with wind weakness, which I made Blade and Hobwa attack that person on the left, and I let Genuine attack person with lightning weakness on the right, and I made Clara do AoE damage to break down the shield of both of the enemies on the first half.
Target threat index.
Mission failed.
For Kafka's battle, I just targeted Kafka. She's the main boss. I'm assuming she's gonna have higher defense. I would assume she has more health and defense compared to the enemy that is on the left. So I just targeted Kafka. My entire team has AoE damage except for Helva, which, you know, she isn't even my biggest damage dealer. She's my healer, so. But anyways, guys, that will be the end of my Forgotten Hall experience. I got 34 stars out of 36. I most likely can get 35 out of 36, but there's no real point unless if I for sure know I can get 3 stars on stage 12. But anyways, guys, this is the end of my Dreams Within Dreams 2.2 Forgotten Hall. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new because it does help me out a lot. Turn on my post notifications so you know when I post a new video or live stream. But anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Bye bye!